Okay, I want to discuss if we already completed this 12,000 year destruction cycle, or I would rather call it a 12,000 year transformation cycle. Okay, though I do think there are aspects of this sort of destructive vibe, maybe towards the end of this 12,000 year transformation cycle, right? This sort of fluctuating creative and destructive sort of vibration. Okay, maybe in the beginning of these cycles it's like this sort of creative vibe, even though there's that destructive vibe always there, right? But maybe it's stronger in the beginning, and towards the end of that 12,000 year destruction cycle, that's more, there's just more stronger or consistent destructive vibe. Okay, but I believe we already completed that 12,000 year, specifically 12,096 year transformation cycle. Okay. And we could kind of see that with dropping the nukes or 9/11 or all these other sort of events. Okay. Because those events were, very destructive. And they were relatively destructive because you would imagine if, right before, those types of things were more correlated with sheer survival. But we're in this place where a lot of those events you wouldn't really expect them to happen, but they do. But because I think it's this sort of destructive vibe, okay. And I'm not saying those events were good or they had to happen. I'm just saying they reflect this sort of destructive vibration or phase of this transformation cycle, and that it was hard for them not to happen. Okay, but right, and some people are off put by that word destruction, but we can look at it like a caterpillar, right? A caterpillar basically self destructs in the chrysalis, right? To become something else, to become something new, it melts down, it breaks down, it self destructs in this sort of alchemy phoenix type of way, so it can transform into its new self. Okay, and that's what that sort of destructive vibration is, what we're kind of referring to. Okay, but again, I believe we already completed it. Okay, which might seem, less believable when considering all of these, um, different events and that type of thing. But it's more like, this is more like breaking out of the chrysalis, right? We kind of really integrated society in this sort of chrysalis, right? So if that, we see society as sort of breaking, but it's just sort of that chrysalis breaking open. Or you know how trees' roots can sort of break through concrete, and that's creation, right? That's new life, that's creation. That's kind of what's happening. We kind of over integrated, society, ideology, that type of thing into this chrysalis, which was more sort of like this temporary home, right? Which sort of correlates with this astral realm we've been in, right? This dense astral realm that we've been in has sort of been this chrysalis stage, okay? And we're kind of resisting leaving the chrysalis because we got, very attached and comfortable. But all of this is just sort of um, us entering this new um, phase, right? This new time, or maybe this timeless experience, okay? Because we already completed that, um, this 12,000 year cycle. Maybe it was that 2022 date. Maybe it was that 2020 Age of Aquarius date. Maybe it was that Mayan calendar end date, right? 12/21/2012. But it happened recently, and again, this is just creative, um, Of course, there's still aspects of destruction always, and there's echoes of it, but this is largely coming into this new creative experience.